Ladies and gentlemen, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Those are the numbers to call for all of your questions, automotive questions, for Kevin Deutsch, General Manager of Butler Lexus, South Atlanta. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Let's go back to Diane. She was in a car wreck last week, for those of you just joining us, and she's looking for a new car. Go ahead, Kevin.
I'm right here. So, Diane, you were going to give me your budget.
I'm looking around $15,000, and I wanted to tell you, in the past, I think you have recommended, or someone on the show recommended, a RAV4.
Correct.
Okay, this one is a 2015.
Right. So let me just go through this. Let's start at the top, and I've got a handful of brands that I'm going to look at if I'm you.
Okay.
Okay. And if that's my budget and I want to get have the best odds of having the least trouble for the near future on a car, I'm always going to begin with Toyota.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go and I'm going to look at Toyota first, and then Honda, Subaru, and Mazda all equally after that.
And that's because of the $15,000 budget she has.
Well,
value.
If you just take a look at the cars that are going to last the longest with the least amount of problems for that amount of money and that age, it's going to be a little bit older than the American cars by 2 or 3 years.
Gotcha.
Because they hold their value better because they're better cars.
Gotcha.
I would start with those first and try to find something within those brands. If I had a $15,000 budget and I was trying to maximize it for durability and reliability. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You said Toyota, Hyundai, Subaru, and then Mazda?
No, not Hyundai.
Oh.
Honda.
Honda.
I am going to exclude Nissan, Hyundai, and Kia from that group.
Okay.
Because in that price range, the Hyundai and Kia are going to be from the time era where they had engine design flaws, and it's probably they have major engine problems.
Gotcha.
So do you think this 2015 Toyota RAV4, it says XLE, it's around $15,000?
Great place to start, yes. It's a great place to start.
It's got a little over 100,000 miles on it.
That's about what I figured it would have. And, you know, we just had another caller who actually fell off, who was asking a question about used cars. And it was, I'm just looking at one-owner cars. Is that a good idea? And my answer to that is no. So even in your case, a lot of people.
Why? I would think that's good too.
Well, that's exactly. Yeah. I'm happy you asked.
Yeah. You see, I got my finger in my mouth. I'm like,
Well, what about this? If I leased my car, which I tell people to lease cars, and I would tell you instead of buying an older car, just go lease a car for 3 years, have a defined payment, have all the new safety items, all the equipment, all the best fuel economy, and have a full warranty for 3 years, that would be my pick. But all of these off-lease cars that people actually buy, even though they're one owner, they now become two owners. So let's say I lease a car for my daughter and then I buy it out at the end and give it to her. Mm-hmm. It's listed as a two-owner car. So there's a ton of people who lease cars who buy their leases out. Even though they're the original owner, it could be a two-owner. Or there could be a reason why it's a two-owner. So first and second owners really equally don't bother me much. I may want to know why, and there's usually a story in Carfax that you can follow to see why.
So the guy that called in and asked about one-owner cars, you should stay away from them, is what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying. I wouldn't limit my search.
Okay.
I would add two owners in there equally.
Understood.
Because there's a lot of reasons for a couple of owners of a car.
Understood.
That's all.
Yep.
So, but it's that price, that year car sounds about right. Just spend a couple of $100, take it to a Toyota dealer. What part of town do you live in?
Jonesboro.
Okay. Take it to the Toyota dealer down there. Pay them for a couple of hours of labor to check the car out. And remember, you're paying someone to find something wrong. It's a 100,000-mile, 10-year-old car. They will.
Right.
But whether it's major or minor is the difference. And that way you're starting with a clean slate. But
True.
but go to a professional and invest the money up front. That $200, $300, $400 could save you $4,000, $5,000, $6,000.
Right. Great call, Diane.
So the 2015, is that a good year as far as safety features, or?
It's as good as you could get in 2015.
Okay.
How's that?
That's a good answer.
Well, how far back, I guess, what year would you not recommend?
Well, and again, at that point, you're 10 years old. I
Yeah.
pretty much stop at that point. You're actually 11 years old at this point. So it's at that point, what you're buying is you're buying the condition and the quality of a specific car versus the value of a car.
Okay, so 2015 and newer.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
All
Diane.
right, thank you.
Yep. Let's go to Jay real quick. Jay, you shouted Jay out earlier. Jay's worked with you for 150 years or something like that. Hey, Jay from Jonesboro.
Is this Jay Dano?
Yes, it is, Kevo.
Good to hear your voice, man. Thanks for calling.
Oh yeah, listen, Shelley, I want to share a little story with you about Kevin.
Okay, quickly.
Be quick. We got callers lined up.
All right, Kevin was such a hard worker. I was an assistant manager at the time, and he was up and down that lot. He had a pair of leather shoes, and he wore a hole in the bottom. He worked so hard. When it rained, he would put stock tags in there, so his feet wouldn't get wet.
That's good stuff. That's
It's
good stuff.
crazy, Jay. It's good to hear your voice. I need to give you a
I'm
call.
still alive, Kev. I'm still alive.
So am I, buddy. Both of us with our Medicare cards.
Right.
I'll call you.
Thanks, Jay, for your
All
call.
right, my friend.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Sean from ATL. Go ahead, Sean. That's a good story because I see the hard work paid off. You've got boats, you've got houses, you just married your daughter off. I mean, hard work pays off.
That was a
clearly.
45-year overnight success.
Right. Sean from ATL.
Hey, Shelley and Mr. Joyce, thanks for the great show today. With that call from Diane, with that same kind of attitude, I was looking for recommendations for a hybrid in a luxury class SUV like a BMW 500 series size or higher, and I'll hang up and listen to y'all. Thanks.
Could you repeat in
Sean?
what kind of series?
Like a BMW 500, the 5X, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
Like a 5.
Right,
size or higher.
like the X5. I will tell you that
The X5 is a hybrid?
it can come in a hybrid.
Hybrid, okay.
And I'm not telling you this because I'm a Lexus dealer, okay? But every single luxury hybrid that's at the top of the list for their class is going to be Lexus. And it's only because Toyota is the one that perfected the hybrid engine. They've been doing it since 93. They got it right. The Prius hit this country in 95.
Right.
We've been doing it forever. We've built more than everybody combined. So but if you want, now we own 2 BMW dealerships. So I like BMW, don't get me wrong. The BMW is a very good hybrid. The Mercedes builds a very good hybrid. I would stay away from the Volvo. I am not a fan of their hybrid at all. But
Any particular reason? Is there?
they have enough challenges. It's a niche car.
Gotcha.
They have enough challenges without adding hybrid to it, which is
Understood.
new to them. So their aeronautical division's great.
Right,
Okay.
right.
But I have no problem with what you're looking at as a car, and I think that you should take a look at everything in that classification and compare it. But their hybrid is a very solid, good hybrid.
He had hung up. So you said any of the hybrids? Because he said luxury. So you're saying Lexus?
I would look at Lexus, but he particularly asked about the X5, and that's a really good hybrid
Gotcha.
engine. And I also like the Mercedes hybrid engine.
44872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk, 44872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Those are the numbers to give Kevin a call to ask any automotive question. Let's go to Lenny from Jasper. Hey, Lenny.
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
Hey.
First off, Kevin, I've worked with you in several different stores. It's great to hear your voice. My question is, I have been reading a lot on the internet, and of course, if it's on the internet, it's got to be true, about how the government is mandating installation of features such as disable, putting vehicles in limp mode if they detect drowsiness, drunk, sleepiness, aggressive driving. My question, I have heard that it's already been installed in some of the 2025 models. And moving forward, I think I heard that it was mandated for 2027 that all the manufacturers have to install this, where they can shut your car off for any of the reasons that they deem necessary. Is that true?
It's not 100% true. So as we progress, and we'll take the time because it's a really good question. Think about this: blind spot monitors. They're still not mandatory, but they will. But that's one that they will make a mandatory.
Okay.
That's still optional.
Right.
But if you look at the things that have changed over the years, backup cameras became mandatory. It's a law. Remember when the first cars had them?
Right.
So as
yeah.
these things are happening, this pre-safe item, everybody now has a pre-safe, pre-accident, where it actually even changes your seatbelt mode and everything else. All that's become law. So all of these things are being introduced into Congress by different sides, and depending who's got the power at that moment is how aggressive they get for that time being.
Gotcha.
But there are pieces of that are very true, and pieces of that did not pass in this legislation. I will be. Stephen Saccone is Toyota and Lexus's government liaison, government lobbyist, everything. I'll be in his office with meetings in May, and we'll learn a lot more about what we're looking at, what we're agreeing with, and what we're fighting. And it'll be a really good show afterwards. We can talk about that. I'll be up there in 2 weeks.
All right. Look, I have a question. My Lexus has saved me a couple times. When you're in that stop-and-go traffic and a car stops and it's automatically brake,
Yes.
it stopped itself. The car
Yes.
stopped itself from going into the back of somebody. Not at high speeds, but just in that stop-and-go
Right.
traffic. At first, if you would have told me my car could brake on its own, I would say, no, I don't want that. But now I see how safety it is and how it saved me money, because if I would have had to pay more insurance and everything.
Stop texting while you're driving.
No, this was just stop and go. But my point to Lenny's point is making these things mandatory. We think as citizens that we don't like them.
But I'll tell you what else happens is you get to a point to where cars become so expensive because of all these add-ons.
That have to be done because the government said so.
Right. So it keeps adding to the price and the base price of a car.
Right.
Hey, give out the phone number before we go to the last break.
Thank you, Lenny. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Again, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. We will be right back.